Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? This video is going to be a little bit different. This might be the last time you see this video because I'm doing a part out. Last night, that airbag light came back on. You want to see the previous video? Here it is. I'm going to bring this car in the Subaru this weekend to have them repair the seat. Fortunately, I wasn't able to get them to credit the whole repair, but more importantly, that repair is only good for 12 months or 12,000 miles. And from what I've heard and believe, this seat is just going to be replaced with another seat that has a defective pad, harness, maybe even, because a lot of people online have mentioned that this reoccurs so often. So every year there's a chance that I'm going to be dealing with Subaru over and over about this. My car is not eligible for recall, and that's just not something I want to deal with. If this car is not on the recall list, I'm going to have to be paying out of pocket or potentially out of pocket every year. I don't know if that goodwill credit applies every single time, and again, I just don't want to go back and forth. So sit back and let me just go over some of the things I'm going to remove before selling and why I chose these mods. So hopefully someone will find this interesting. I'm going to start with this rear passenger camera. From here, I'm just going to backtrack through the headliner. I ran it through the passenger side. Finally, I'm going to remove the dash cam. This was run using a cigarette lighter. I don't even know where I have it anymore. The plug is here somewhere. It's like a 12-volt plug. Next is this Aero crossbars, which happened to be my last mod. It's so recent that it's only been maybe a month or so since I had this on. Unfortunately, I never got to test these out. But when I resell it to someone, hopefully they'll put it to good use. I bought this brand new. And well, the reason for this mod is simple. A lot of Forester owners like to carry cargo, camping, whatever. So it gives it that nice rugged look. Here we have some speakers that were replaced with aftermarket. Actually, in this case, this tweeter kicker is not aftermarket. This is the OEM Subaru part. So for the front, I didn't have to cut any harnesses, but all 6 of these were upgraded when I bought this car so that I could have better sound. That's usually a good first upgrade. The sound system factory in this car is absolutely dismal. I would definitely recommend doing this upgrade and make sure commute a lot more enjoyable. Here you can see the difference in quality. The OEM one, the sort of aftermarket OEM one. This is for the tweeters. This is the aftermarket. This is the original. It's all paper. It looks like I lucked out. Unlike previous years where I spliced into the factory harness, I bought something from Crutchfield, I believe, where they include this adapter. Next thing I'm going to remove is the Alpine power pack. There's a lot of wires back here, so I'm just going to go through it one at a time. Here it is. This is the KTP45U. Again, with the speakers, I used a Breakout harness from AE64. Don't know if that website's still there, but I'll try to put a link. They give you an extra harness so that you could just connect to the factory one without having to splice anything. Again, that's good for doing these kind of part outs. You can make it look OEM again without all these nicked wires, having to do all these soldering. This is again a very common first mod for these cars. It makes a really big difference in the speaker sound volume delivery. I would also recommend this as one of the first mods you do if you don't mind getting your hands a little dirty, and try not to get cut. Finally, the last mod I'm going to part out is this HID retrofit I did myself. It's kind of one of my most significant accomplishments with this car. It was my first time doing it. This is the Morimoto D2S 4.0. with the iris shroud with a HID kit in there. It does have a nice cutoff. When I bought this car, I bought a second pair of headlights to do this, so these are actually the originals. I'm just going to swap it back in. I'm not going to record it. It involves taking off the bumper. So that's the last one.